don't miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event. Ronaldo with a shot. Let's go! One of the greats! Champions of the world!
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes.
Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. Oh, there's no way back from this, surely.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo!
Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with That Prize Guy.
She ain't gonna beat me.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
The world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now. Let's go. How do you like it? So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. Press conference live on DAZN.
Welcome to Bethnal Green in the heart of East London. It is a scorching day in the capital, but the heat outside will be nothing on the atmosphere surrounding these fights. Well, today it is all about the fighters as they come face to face in a press conference done a little bit differently today. Hello, good to see you. Welcome along. Welcome, Darren. Welcome, Barry. Have you both recovered from Egypt?
Just about. Just about.
Looking fairly fresh-faced.
I got the I got the late flight back. Barry got the early one.
That's why you're looking fresh-faced.
Well, we got the same flight back, and it was a struggle, wasn't it?
That was no sleep. Yeah, 3 o'clock finish and then straight on the flight home.
It was some experience, though, wasn't it?
It was absolutely incredible. The setting is going to take some beating, don't you think, Darren?
100%. I won't tell you about mine and Barry's story. We wandered over to the pyramids and
I've seen the video.
Yeah, we had to get motorbike back. But anyway, I'll tell you about it another day.
It was brilliant night, wasn't it? Have you reflected? Have you watched the fight back?
Yeah, I have, and I'm still awestruck by Usyk's poor performance and how brilliant Rico was. And we have to give him credit for how he wasn't intimidated by the guy who he was up against or even doing another sport. He just went out there with conviction and belief in everything that he did. And he was having success, and he was ahead on my card going into those last 2 rounds. But Usyk found a way, like all great champions do. They find a way to get the fight finished. And I know it was controversial, but the writing was on the wall.
Well, let's talk about that. Was it stopped too soon, Darren?
Yes, in my opinion. With what was on the line, the fact that he was winning, he was winning the fight, though, I think he should be allowed to see that final round. And the bell goes, so he stopped after the bell goes. The referee didn't hear it. Mistakes can happen, but I do feel for him. But I mean, his stock has risen. That's
the thing, isn't it? He didn't win the fight, but what a performance he put in, and his stock has risen, and I'm excited to see where he can go next, really.
But that's interesting, because we said that about Ngannou, and then thought, because the way he boxed against Fury, and then he comes against Joshua and got put to sleep very quickly and quite easily for anti-Joshua. So you're not quite sure, but what he should be doing is screaming for that rematch. That's what he should do.
A stadium in Holland.
Yeah.
What do you think it was down to? What was wrong with Usyk? Because his footwork wasn't there, he looked sluggish. What was it? I mean, there's been a lot of chatter. Was it an oversight? Did he not train enough?
Possibly. Look, we're all human. As great as he is, he did look a little heavy, and that, I think, restricted his movement and his usual excellent rhythm. But I don't want to take nothing away from Rico. I think he really, really surprised us all.
Yeah.
He did me. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really give him a chance, because there's fighting a boxer, then there's fighting Usyk.
And also he went up at a hell of a pace that we were all questioning whether he could hold up, and he absolutely did.
They were the right tactics. We said that before the fight, though. He needs to start fast and go for it, and then you say, it's easy for us to say that up against Usyk, when you're going to rush him, he's going to make you miss, because his lateral movement is brilliant. And I said after 5 rounds, Usyk's footwork is terrible. Let that sink in.
We've never said that, ever.
Never say that, would you?
Ever.
He went back in straight lines, and I think, it might be age, it might, because you get old overnight in this sport, or it might just be complacency, and I never thought I would say those words surrounded by Usyk either, complacency. And it might be a little bit of both.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see what happens next, isn't it? That was the weekend. Let's bring it up to date then, shall we? Because we have a brilliant fight night coming away on Friday night, coming to you live from York Hall, headlined by Charlie Edwards, going for world honours once again in a different way against Sikho Nqothole, and a brilliant fight card to look forward to. We're going to get stuck into it because Calla Sowland has slid in and joined in the fun. Good to see you, Calla. It looks like a stacked card. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, the heat wave is letting off, and I think we're going to get another heat wave in the York Hall on Friday night, live on DAZN. Brawl Hall.
Look at the smile on his face.
How do you like Brawl Hall? What do you think about Brawl Hall? We've done a few York Halls over the years, over the decades, but I quite like that Brawl Hall.
Do you know what?
Younger guys in the team that came up with that.
I do remember a fight night at York Hall a couple of years ago, and I think it almost got up to the 40s. It was that hot. There was sort of steam in the air.
I've done hot ones in November in that arena. I mean, we did the Wilder Chisora press week in there recently in the beginning of April, and it was hot. But yeah, we are getting aircon in there. But the fights...
Just not for Friday.
The fights are spicy.
It's the most atmospheric arena we have in the UK. Even though it's only
Yeah.
small, when it's full, and it will be full, the atmosphere is second to none.
It really will be. And the main event, Charlie Edwards, what are we expecting from him? Another chance to become a world champion?
Well, look, I think it's do or die for Charlie, isn't it? I mean, if it doesn't go his way, he can retire on. He's been a world champion, but he wants this so much to step up again. South Africans are notoriously tough fighters. We've seen it in all divisions. I remember that obviously we were involved with the Klitschko's, and we had the South African turn up and shock Vladimir, Corey Sanders. But you look at all through the weight classes over the years, South Africans at this level, at the top level, and it is the top level. It's a final eliminator, IBF final eliminator for the world title. Those South Africans, they travel well, and the heat, I'm just guessing, is probably going to favour him as well.
Oh, so, hold on, what's going on with his aircon?
I told you it's not going to be there for Friday.
I just saw Charlie's in a suit today. I said, Charlie, man, you've got some front wearing a suit today. I said, I know I'm expected to wear a suit, so I excuse myself, but the weather in London, and it will be a factor during fight week. Without doubt, they're making weight, Darren, you can probably tell us more. Darren, you probably less, but it's going to be a factor during fight week, and I do think it is do or die for Charlie. I think he said that himself.
Tell if he wins, how close could the world title shot be?
That's the next fight. I'm old school like that. They win a final eliminator and they get wrapped up in cotton wool. It's IBF, so they'll be very strict on that part.
This year?
I'd say this year. I'd say, Q4, back end of the year. Willie Perez. So, yeah, it's I think it's quite an easy deal to make as well for us. So, yeah.
Barry, how much of a threat do you think Nqothole is for Charlie Edwards?
Yeah, he's a real threat. He is, because, he has good body movement, but he punches long and he has power. So that's, the problem is for Charlie is getting into range to do his work. Charlie's a boxer, a brilliant boxer. His footwork is fantastic. His athleticism is brilliant. He spins around the target really well, and he can punch in combinations. All those things are a plus against a tall fighter. But this guy, he stabs with his jab, and that pushes you back, and that makes you reset all the time. So you've got to try and get past that jab. And once he can, and it might take him a few rounds to get around that, but once he can, I think he can do some good work, Charlie. But again, concentration's key, because if you lose your concentration against a puncher who's long, then you're always in danger.
Can't afford to switch off.
Yeah, of course. But Charlie, luckily, he's got so much experience. In his last couple of fights, I think his footwork have set him apart. And he's been brilliant with his feet. And I think that, if he's in the same vein of form, then I think, I fancy him.
What do you reckon, Darren?
Tough fight, it really is. I think Charlie's got to be sharp on his feet. It's so important. I don't think he needs to be exaggerating the movement like we've seen, certainly against Andrew Kane. He's got to be a bit more cute with sort of angles, side backwards, and jab's key. Sort of getting inside the jab, working the body. But he's got a hell of a chance. He really has. He's a really, really good fight. He's well worthy of an eliminator.
I would say, Darren, he did, in his last fight, pretty much listened to you before you even said it, he did change, and he was better and sharper with his feet and more aggressive with his movement.
And he needs that.
Yeah, interesting to see what he does on Friday night. Bit of a different setup today. We're not doing the normal press conference. You're mixing it up, Calla. Tell us about that.
We are mixing up. MF Pro, new kids on the block. It always makes me feel younger saying that. I think that these sort of fight nights, Charlie's obviously a bit of an exception. He's fought for a world. He's been a world champion before, so he's been here before. But there's a lot of storylines on here. We talk about the main event, but there's at least 3 50-50s on that card where massive things happen in these careers. So, to sit up there a normal presser, nice, love a presser, but really it's about putting them first and to get a little bit the storylines so the viewers get a feel of the characters. They're putting the marbles on the line Friday night, and if you think about Toward versus Corey, it's a great fight. You got Cooper Osborne, another one that's they call it. Those are 50-50 fights. Yeah. Both of them go on to big fights after that. And I think to do a press day like this gets the viewers more of a feeling for what's going on of the fight than sitting at the presser and me talking a lot of waffle and the rest of it. I'm happy to talk waffle. Doing that now, but
it's a bit more intimate, isn't it? As fighters, would you have liked this setup?
Probably
of just
not.
Getting in your grill a bit more?
I don't want it at the time.
I'm a terrible trash talker. I would have got eaten alive, but I like it. I like what Callum was trying to say. He wants to see a bit of needle.
That's exactly
he wants to see it kick off. That's what
he's trying to stir it up a bit.
I'm not saying we want to be a misfits here today, but we certainly want to bring them close together. It's a week where the tensions will rise. There's a lot on the line. and we'll see what the characters are.
Well, let's see that now, shall we? Osborne and Cooper are ready to go, so let's get over to Charlie Parsons.
Well, thank you, Anna. Yes, we are ready. The last-minute chaos, as always, that comes with MF Pro. We have got the beautiful English title here as well. And the new live chaos that brings the format where we see this dingy, intimate face-off. Instead of the press conference, the guys get an opportunity to speak to one another. Ozzy, I'm going to go to you first. It's been an incredible couple of years for you, really. The activity, whether that be on one night, or over the matter of months, you really feel that this is the opportunity to step up on Friday, against this man for the English title.
I feel like the whole build-up has got me to this point now, and I'm going to make sure I take this opportunity.
Is it right to say that there might be a bit of an element of unknown in that we've seen more of him on the TV and the big stages? Is this your opportunity? Do you get excited coming up for that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've flew under the radar a little bit, which, if anything, has worked in my favour. I've learnt my craft, as I say, under the radar, and now it's my time to shine.
Is there an element of unknown that phases you about that, or do you think now, because of what you've done over the last couple of years, that it is whatever comes goes? I mean, you fought so many times in one night that you're not going to be worried about one on Friday.
Yeah, especially after the last one, there's different opponents. We all got picked different opponents, so I had to just try and work on myself more than the opponents, so I just stick to what I do.
What have you made when you've looked at him? Obviously, last time out, that very impressive knockout. Does that scare you at all?
No, absolutely not. I think that format suits him perfectly. That's why coming into this fight, I think he's going to be good for the first couple of rounds, and then anything after that, it's all me.
What do you think when you hear him say that?
Well, you'll soon find out. I've done the 10 rounds before, 10 rounds before. I've been there and done that, and I've got it in the bag. And yeah, I might be explosive for them first 3, but I'll be explosive for the whole 10.
Is this the almost the pinnacle for you, and the story and the coming up on the small hall shows, and not necessarily knowing how far it would go to be on DAZN on Friday night, this man in front of you? What would lifting that English title mean?
I mean everything, especially coming from unlicensed scene as well, then getting to where I'm at now. I never would have expected it, so making sure I do the business on the night.
What do you make of this man? An unknown quantity?
Yeah, no, he's done his work, do you know what I mean? He's got to the point where he's fighting for it as well, so I know it's going to be a good test, and I've worked hard in the gym.
What fight do you expect?
All depends. See what happens.
Do you think you can stop him and put in an explosive performance like you did before?
See how he reacts when he gets hit. All the game plan go out the window then, so soon find out.
Are you going into the fight expecting him to come out explosively?
Absolutely. That's the only thing he's got. When he's so one-dimensional. He's going to, because I'm so tall, he's going to try and come in and get inside, but he's going to walk onto one. It's tailor-made for me. He's coming forward style, his ferocious style. It's built for me, so it works into my hands.
Yeah, sweet.
One-dimensional.
That's what he wants to think, yeah.
Do you think he might be overlooking you when he's training, thinking that? You say that you're prepared for everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it goes a distance. If he thinks that you are just going to come in with that one style, is that a worry?
No, because I can fight different ways. He obviously ain't seen it. But we'll find out, won't we?
We certainly will.
What do you think when you look at him now, ahead of you?
Not very confident.
Not confident?
No, you just think, well, we'll see, well, this, that and the other. I'm going in there to stop this man and hurt him. So,
you ain't going to stop me.
Okay.
No way.
I've just said, you'll walk onto a shot every day. You can't box.
Yeah.
You'll just charge forward, walk onto a shot.
Can't box, but I've been top amateurs in the last thing, on the highest. Top amateurs, top fighters, I thought.
Not in the amateurs.
No, I'm just saying. The top
professional boxing.
You're
going to get hurt. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, right. You ain't been hit yet.
Okay. You'll try and get to me first, but okay.
Don't worry, I will get you.
Okay, we'll see.
I will.
I'll have to just tickle you there.
Say what you like, I'll catch you, don't worry about that. Game plan goes out the window.
We'll see.
Yeah, 100%.
Does it change the mentality going into the fight, knowing that he's talking at you like that?
Mate, I'm always relaxed. Is what it is, say what you like.
I'm just talking the truth. People either like me or dislike me for it. I just say how it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I've got nothing but respect for James.
Same.
You know what I mean? The same as any other opponent. I've got nothing but respect for him. I'm just saying it how it is. Do you know what I mean? If you like me or you don't like me for that, I don't really care. I'm just telling you how it is.
No, mate, it's fight at the end of the day, so we'll soon find out when we fight.
Exactly, it's business.
Right.
That's it.
Look him in the eyes. How does this fight go?
I'll stop you mid-round.
Yeah?
100%.
We'll see.
How does this fight go? Look him in the eyes.
If he tries to stop me, he's going to walk on to something himself. Don't know what he's thinking.
All right, well, what a banger we have got for you Friday night. The first of the 3 face-offs here in Bethnal Green ahead of a fantastic fight card on Friday. Let's get the boys faced off. Make sure to look at this fight on Friday.
Well, words have been thrown between these two. Very much looking forward to see, Barry, what these can do. Spice has started.
Yeah, and I think stylistically he's going to make a really good fight because you've got Osborne, who is aggressive and he throws in lots of punches. Once he throws one, he commits to 3 or 4 or maybe 5. And you've got Cooper, who has lots of patience, works behind the long levers really well, but also can punch in close when you do get close. So I think it's going to be, with that, Darren, a guaranteed good fight to watch.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're both coming off their best wins, both stoppages. Both punch harder than their records suggest, I believe. So, yeah, that you can see what it means to win the English title, to really push on, would mean a lot.
Both of them full of confidence, like you say, both going into this on the back of, you know, brilliant performances in their career. But what is it going to come down to on fight night, Barry?
I just think mistakes, like it always is at this level, who makes the fewest mistakes. And I think, you know, Osborne having to come forward, he's got to take that more of a leap of faith. But if he stays nice and low, can get underneath those long levers of Cooper, he can cause him problems. And if Cooper can keep it long and walk Osborne onto one of those uppercuts, then the fight can be very well could be his. So that's why it's a very, very much a 50-50 fight.
Darren, Ollie Cooper in the past has spoken. He wants to do things the traditional route. He's got the Midlands title. Is that what you like? Do you like people going the traditional route? I mean, obviously, you could talk about that.
Is that what you're asking me?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was something that we always set out to do, the traditional route. It's nice to capture those titles. They all mean something. From the area title, you know, the belt I had used to have the old names on there, and some of the names on there were fantastic, you know. And then to win the Commonwealth British, I don't blame him. There's different routes to go down, and you can even track
There's
during.
not a right or a wrong way. It's just,
isn't.
I guess, what you prefer. But some people like the traditional route.
The ultimate goal is to win a world title,
Yeah.
and you want to get there as quick as you can. And if it means getting an intercontinental title or ranking belt, if you want to call it that, then so be it.
But going the route is important if you can, because you garnish that experience along the way. So you have a hard fight at that level, then hopefully a defence to solidify yourself before you move up. And that used to be the traditional route back in the 70s, 60s, 70s and 80s, where you had to do that. And then since the Intercontinental belts, we bypassed that. I was one of those ones who did bypass that. And it can make it difficult then when you get to a championship level and you're up against it. You haven't had those tests to find out how good you are, how tough you are, and if you have the resolve to go on to be a champion.
Well, it's going to be a fascinating fight, isn't it? And there's plenty more coming your way on DAZN over the coming weeks. And here's how you can buy it. All right, well, let me just tell you about it then, shall we? We also have some huge pay-per-view fights coming away on DAZN, a spectacle of fairy tale proportions as Beauty Tommy Fury takes on The Beast, Eddie Hall, in just a couple of weeks' time on June the 13th. Then it is a contest between two of the hottest champions on the scene right now. Zana Zayas takes on Boots Ennis in a super welterweight blockbuster, followed by the comeback of AJ as he looks towards finally taking on Tyson Fury later on this year. And then you can join DAZN Ultimate and get a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events every year, including at no extra cost. All you need to do is head to DAZN.com now to check it out. Well, Lucas come to join us. George Gross and Lucas Roweig. Good to see you both.
You're right.
Very much looking forward to Friday night, getting stuck back in there. You've not done it the easy way, have you?
Nah, you know, I've been active. I think it's been 2 months since my last outing, and you know, happy to be active and back out Friday.
How impressed have you been with Lucas so far, George?
Yeah, really impressed, Anna. I think everything that I could have hoped for, we have achieved, and he's achieving, he's showing, and you know, we know at this stage of his career, the first 2 years is about developing in the gym and then having the opportunity to do it underneath the bright lights and Yeah, to have him 8-0 already, highly ranked, everyone excited about him, and I genuinely believe he's ready. We're not too far away from really letting him off the leash, challenging for titles and some domestic clashes.
Well, you say letting him off the leash because 8-0 so far, and like I said at the opening there, you haven't done it the easy way. You've not taken the easy fights. Has that always been the plan from the get-go?
Yeah, definitely. I think when me and George first sat down, we had that discussion, and even for my debut, boxing someone like Joe McIntyre, never feared or never, stepped away from a hard test, and I think that's what's going to make the difference in the long run.
Is that the plan, George?
Absolutely, yeah. So, you never want to get too comfortable as a professional, and he wants to make a statement and make waves. So we've matched him hard, and we're trying to get guys who are not only going to come and ask questions of him, he can't be switching off with the opponents that he's been facing, but they've got good records, and ultimately pushing him into a favourable position that if there is an opportunity that arises, I'm there, I'm ready. And yeah, so far he's ticked every one of those boxes, on fight night, but also in the gym. How did this training partnership come about? Both boxed at Del Youth, but what did you spot in Lucas that you saw had the talent? He's a raw talent when I first saw him. I remember you telling me about him a while ago. Strong, athletic guy, but with a great attitude. And it was the attitude that impressed me the most. So he's even more competitive than I am, Anna, believe it. Never. So yeah, never. If you're if there's all you got to do is make it a challenge, and then he's there and he's exceeded. So he's fearless, he's ambitious, and we never know, and he's going to have to face a lot of things on his way through, and some stuff that he maybe hasn't faced yet. But he's got the right attitude, I believe, to go to the very top. And then it's up to us as a partnership to make sure his boxing ability is up to scratch as well, and it really is. So far, as I say, he is flying. What's George like as a trainer?
He's great. We've got a really good relationship.
He's sick of the sound of my voice. I bet. He's sick of the sound of my voice. Of course he is. But he's a great student.
What do we want to see from you on Saturday night? What are we going to see? Is it going to be another
Friday night? Explosive performance. Feeling really good. I know it's going to be hot in York Hall.
It's going to be very, very hot in York Hall on Friday night.
Cool, keep my composure, and just break him down.
Oh, we're very much looking forward to see it. And George, it's your anniversary today, isn't it? When you came world champion, is that correct? 9 years ago?
Yes, 9 years ago today.
Fourth attempt?
Fourth attempt, yeah.
Good memories?
Yeah, fantastic memories, wonderful memories, the best of memories. A lifetime's work finally achieved. So yeah, I ignored the kids on their half term for 20 minutes this morning while I ripped myself out a little post.
It took me down.
Remind everyone it's nine years since that victory. But now I'm reliving it with this guy, and I can't wait. It won't take him 4 attempts, I can guarantee that. He'll be maybe unifying and completing on his 4th world title fight. Well, we're very much looking forward to it, Lucas. See you in a bit up there. Let's get to our second round table then, shall we, and get back to Charlie Parsons.
Well, thank you, Anna, and what a fight this one is here. I will introduce it, but it doesn't need an introduction because these guys have been staring at each other from the minute they sat down. So I'm hoping my job might be a little bit easier than last time. Jack Corrie gets the opportunity as he fights Friday night against the man who has been on many of a DAZN show, maybe a bit of a poster boy at times, in Dan Tower. Dan, look firstly to you, back again on Friday night. Excited for the opportunity at York Hall and what's a really, really good card.
On a huge card, and what an opportunity to show what I'm about. I've been calling for a fight like this, a domestic fight. I've been saying that for a long time. I think I've proved my worth, and like I said on Friday night, I'll prove I am the real deal.
Jack, when I've been speaking to the guys today in and around fight week, they're just saying you are absolutely chomping at the bit for this one. You cannot wait to get in the ring. What do you see when you look at that man ahead of this fight on Friday night?
Someone who's standing in my way to get that belt and obviously take my career to the next level.
Dan, it's been an incredible journey so far. You've already faced those ups and downs, and that's be something that you're really kind of happy to have done and dealt with in your career. What do you think of this man? Obviously, he'll want everything that you've got at the minute. When you look in his eyes, what sort of challenger do you see?
Exactly what he said, you know, he's standing in the way of what's already mine. And yeah, that's it. Just another opponent, someone that I'll get through on Friday night.
Jack, when he turned over, he said he was the best prospect in boxing. Do you believe he is that? Do you believe on Friday you beat the best prospect in British boxing?
He's not the best prospect in British boxing, and do beat him. That's the answer. Obviously, he's in my way of this title. I've been calling for a shot like this for I don't know how long. I've had to go up the hard way. This fella's had his career curated, his path been mapped out, been on the big shows. He's been in and around it. I haven't. I got my big opportunity the last 2 fights. I've showed exactly what I'm about, and that's exactly why I deserve to be here, and I'll take that belt.
He says I had it the easy way. You know, look at my resume. I've only ever 4 fighters with winning records. You know, I've come in...
Listen, the last fight you had, everyone knew you needed a confidence boost. Everyone knew you needed a confidence boost. We know that kid. And he landed shots that he shouldn't have landed on you.
Did
7-0. 7-0 his record was. Yeah, it was a curated record, declarated record, to be honest. It was
like yours?
Man.
Like yours. Who have you fought?
Well, we wanted to fight in Belfast with you, but you...
I said yes straight away, though. Well, the fight got put to me, I said yes, and we both got an opportunity before that. On my side, I already said yes for the fight.
We wanted that fight. We didn't get that fight, so what did we do? We took a strong, awkward southpaw, because I've been preparing for this fight for 2 camps.
Spit it out.
2 camps.
No disrespect, but you can't be comparing Jacob Quinn to me.
No,
I'm not saying Jacob Quinn's a mug, nothing like that. But just because he's southpaw, you can't compare him to me.
No one's comparing him to you. I said, what did we do?
You said we took an awkward southpaw.
You're a southpaw, so we got a southpaw that's got a decent record. He's a hard,
decent record.
He's a hard, awkward opponent. So we took him, and what happened? Don't think I won't do that to you either.
What do you make of him as a boxer in his professional journey so far?
Listen, I respect anyone who gets in the ring, you know what I mean? And it's a tough job we do. We go in there and we put it all on the line, and we both are going to do that. I've got ultimate respect for anyone that gets in the ring. But as I said, like, he's bit off more than he can chew. And he showed through his fights exactly what I need to see to beat the Dan Howard. And it's simple. We've prepared to the best version. We've prepared to the hard 10 rounds, and we've prepared to knock him out. Simple.
Do you think when he talks about that opponent and you questioning it and maybe saying, well, that's not the way that you get to me, that he might be kind of expecting it to be an easier night in there on Friday than your...
He knows what he's up against, you know, he knows what I'm about, you know, it's just, look, none of this means anything, me and him being sat here, this belt, none of this, I don't really care about any of this, I just care about bashing him up on Friday night, and that's as simple as that.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a good one, man. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, 100%. You've been knocked out before and you get knocked out again.
Mate, you're in for a shock, man. Who have you fought? Who have you fought?
See Friday.
You haven't even been hit back. You haven't even been hit back yet.
You will see Friday.
You don't even know what this pro game's about, man. In my 9 fights, I'm seasoned. I'm a seasoned professional boxer now. You fought 9 taxi drivers, and I don't mean that with disrespect. 9 taxi drivers. You're in for the shock of your life.
We'll see.
Do you think you're going to come here? Do you think you're going to come here and beat me?
100%.
You're mental.
100%, lad. 100%. As I said, you've bit off more than you can chew. You've been on a canvas before. We know everything about you. We'll see Friday. We'll see Friday.
You think you're going to go in there and stop him?
As I said, I'm prepared to beat him over 10 rounds, classy, get a good unanimous decision, or I'm prepared to knock him out.
Can he knock you out?
Of course he can. But listen, let's be real. This is the entertainment business. Anything can happen. This is professional boxing. I'm not stupid. But he does not know what he's got himself in for. He called my name, you know, off the back of a couple of performances that weren't my best. I'll be honest. But listen, I'm flying now. I'm ready. You know, like I said, I've prepared for the best Jack Corrie, and Friday night we're going to have it.
100%.
Jack, look at him in the eyes. How does this fight go on Friday night?
As I said, either way, 10 rounds, unanimous decision, or I'll knock it out. Either or, prepare for either.
I love it. I love it. Let's have it, man. Let's have it.
How'd you do it?
I knock them out, simple as that. You know, this is about levels. You know, I'm bringing the same. You know, I'm here to entertain. This is what this professional boxing is about, man. That's what people want to see. And I'm here to entertain, man. I'm up for this. I cannot wait. Let's have it.
Lovely. Let's go.
Well, we love domestic fights. You cannot get your eyes off of this one on Friday night. They are both getting ready here. They will not stop looking eyes. I feel a bit awkward sat in the middle, so I'm going to let the boys face off and do that, and I'm going to get out of the frame.
Tower versus Corrie then. That was getting a little bit heated between the two, but probably what we expected, Darren.
Yeah, I think so. I really, really like this fight. I think styles are going to gel. Both exceptionally well talented. Dan Howard obviously had that defeat, but he's rebuilt nicely since. And Corey's up for this. He really, I like the way he fights. He's tall, he's rangy, but he gets stuck in. There's this fire in his eye, and
it's fearless.
He's fearless. He is fearless. And look, you've got to be at times. You know, you've got to show your worth, not just physically but mentally. And he wants to get stuck in. He can punch. He really can, but in a correct way.
Both up at 10 rounds for the first time in their career. Who will rise to the challenge better?
It's a difficult one because Dan, since the Kakandi knockout, he hasn't looked the same. I mean, he's boxing.
In what way?
He's boxing with a little bit more caution. Which it might not be a bad thing, but he used to be, he was brilliant when he first turned pro. I did his debut, of course, and he was fantastic. And he kept the skills, but he was aggressive with it. So I think it's important for him to start fast and get that confidence embedded back into him and believe what he is. He's a really good fighter. Otherwise, if he doesn't do that and Corey gets a hold of him early, it's going to be a long night for Toward. But if Toward can keep him on the end of those long levers, and Corey's not going to find a way in.
I'll tell you what, Charlie Parsons is enjoying himself.
He is. Far too much, I say.
Yeah, big smile on his face, proper wind-up merchant. It really is a good
He's found
fight.
his vocation.
It is, but is it going the distance? What's going to happen?
I don't think so.
No.
I think there's so much on the line, a lot of pride. And again, like the fight previous, I think they punch harder than their record suggests, and that's saying something. Corey's not, 6 from 9. But yeah, don't blink in that one.
I think Corey either gets close to him and sort of half walks through him, or I think Toward gets him on the end of a shot, walking onto a shot. I think Toward punches that way long and really whippy with the shots. So it's one of those. I think it's so exciting.
Either way, I was about to say, it's going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guaranteed, pretty much. Well, what is guaranteed is another brilliant fight coming away in a couple of weeks. It is Misfits time as Beauty takes on the Beast.
Live exclusively on DAZN, June 13th. Step right up if you dare and witness a fight so twisted it'll shatter your very mind. In one corner, the Beast, more monster than man. His opponent, the Beauty, son of a devil with the face of an angel. Over 100 pounds separates them. Destiny brings them together. Fury versus Hall. Watch only on DAZN.
Crossover star and influencer boxer TV personality Tommy Fury returns to the ring for the first time since May 2025. He's taking on former strongman competitor Eddie Hall. Well, Hall rose to his prominence, didn't he, after winning the 2017 World Strongest Man competition. He has since competed in various exhibition boxing and MMA matches, but this is going to be a big one, isn't it? It is live in Manchester on June the 13th. I still can't get over the size difference between those two, Barry. It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
It's a mad fight, it really is. But you've got one guy who's boxed loads of times. I did Eddie Hall's fight against Thor in Dubai. It was unbelievable. They both had a really good go, to be fair, but not natural boxers. And of course, Fury has boxed at a professional level, so he is the favourite.
Well, Tom's come to join us. Tom Welland, good to see you. How are you feeling? How much are you looking forward to Friday?
Yeah, good. It's going to be a sweaty one, I think, at your call. It's hot up here today, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
That's okay. You're in the ring. You're allowed to sweat. We'll just be sweating not in the ring, which isn't so accepted. What are you looking to do on Friday?
Well, I need to show that I'm past this domestic level. I need to show that I'm ready for bigger titles, and that like this guy, I know he's a last-minute replacement, but I've had last-minute replacements my whole career. This is no different for me. The difference is it's for 10 rounds, and that's the longer it is, the better it is for me.
All part and parcel, Barry. Darren, looking at the two of you, sorry. It is part and parcel of learning, isn't it? And that's all part of the learning curve. Late replacements, get involved, having to make late adjustments.
You know the game already, didn't you, in the short time you've been doing it. Roadmap, not overlooking Friday, but where do you see that next title coming?
I just want to be fighting. I just want to be in championship fights every fight from here on forward. I'm struggling to get opponents to actually put pen to paper and say they're going to fight me in 6 weeks in advance. I need something that's going to give them incentive to get in the ring with me. I can't, as much as late replacements have been part of my whole career, it can't go on.
Is it frustrating for you a little bit?
It's so demoralising. It's as demoralising as you get. I mean, I come out my last fight and I said we had an opponent set in stone for 8 weeks. We had 6 weeks of preparation and we had the same opponent in mind. We were training for him, doing things that he does, and then 10 days out, he drops out. You know, it's almost like I've wasted 5 weeks, and that just hurts. You know, like I just need someone who's going to be there from day one, an actual camp, and we can just get.
I can't tell you though how that will hold you in good stead though. You know, those sort of disappointments. You know, you're coming back stronger from it. So I wouldn't be too down.
It's tough mentally, doesn't it?
Does.
You know, I mean, late opponents, so you don't have to. You know, you can't train for them. You can train for yourself.
Yep.
And also, you know, having setbacks, and you've had a setback, of course, in the ring. But I mean, regrouping. I mean, what I'll tell you about Tom, he's a triple threat, Tom, because he has, you know, he's big for the weight. He has tremendous skill and loads of power. So that's why you can't get matches, because it's not worth taking. I wouldn't, if I had a prospect, even if I thought he could beat you, I'd wait him. It's not worth the risk. You just got to do your job. And the pieces are falling into place. Just keep doing your job, working on yourself.
You can understand his frustration though right now.
Horrible.
I mean,
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Of course, it's hard. But I mean, and it's worse for him because he has those things that I said. No, he's big. He's a big guy for the weight, and he can punch. But his skill is phenomenal. It really is. I've been a big fan of yours from day one. You know that.
Oh yeah.
And I think, you know, he has the potential still to go all the way.
Stepping up to 10 rounds as well. How are we feeling about that? Is it going to go 10 rounds?
No, listen, we always sit here and say it's never going to go 10 rounds, but I don't think this guy will get past 6. But to be honest, for me in my career, to get past 6 rounds would be a blessing, just because I've not been past the 6-round distance yet. I've had fights that have been scheduled for 8, I've had fights that have been scheduled for 6, and I've only seen the 6-round distance. You know, I need to get that later round experience, and listen, it will come in the end, but at the same time, it would be nice to, at a hot York Hall, just to know that I am conditioned to that, and every fight can be 8 or 10 rounds.
Have you guys fought at a hot York Hall?
It's the venue I box most in, amateur.
So have you fought there when it's been really, really hot?
It's always hot.
Yeah, I know it's always hot.
It's always hot.
We're in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah, there was a couple of times, and you've got to forget about it. You know, you can't be worrying about that. You know, don't let it affect your pace or anything. Just go in there and do your thing. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's always a difficult question to ask when the fighter stood there, but how highly do you rate Tom?
I do. I agree with Barry. 3 massive attributes. Again, we were talking before, you know, the negative, if you like, the setback. He's rebuilt, he's looked good. And what time to be a Tom Welland? You know, you've got everything there, so you just got to go and enjoy your thing, work hard, and yeah, big fan.
What a time to be Tom Welland. Well, we'll look and see what you do on Friday. Good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get back to Charlie Parsons for the next round table.
Well, thank you, Anna. Yes, the main event is here. Charlie, Sikho, I believe the first time you guys have come face to face. Charlie Callis said at the top here on DAZN, he said, this is do or die for you. Do you feel like you're fighting like that on Friday night?
Yeah, man, you can say that. I just believe it's my time, Charlie. Like, I've been through the ups, downs and in between, and I just believe timing's everything, and I really feel that this is my time. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, first and foremost, for putting me on this journey and putting our paths to cross together. I'm up against a great fighter who's going to bring out the best of me, and I look forward to it.
What do you make of this man?
I just want to thank him to take a fight, and appreciate he bring me to his country. So definitely I'm going to just give him a good fight. As I promised myself, I promised my country, I promised my family to win the fight.
Well, Charlie, let's obviously talk about, we mentioned do or die there, you say you don't want to think too much about that. You are wearing the colours of that IBF world title. When you're thinking about it, obviously, Friday night is just that another step closer. What do you make of this man?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Like, I can't sit here and slander him. He's had some good wins, and he's got his danger bits about him, and I can respect that. He's been in the amateur boxing scene. He's travelled the world. He's experienced. But listen, don't get into the top 10 without being a good fighter. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. I see what he does very well. I see what he does bad, and it's just my duty to expose that.
Charlie has been talking about a potential fight with Bam. Do you think there's any chance that he's overlooking you ahead of this fight?
I can say that, but you know, it's up to him. Me, I just have to focus on him, and then the rest will just happen after him.
What about your game?
The focus is on him now, that's all I'm focusing on. Then the next will be a world title.
What do you make of Charlie as a boxer? Why do you believe you beat him?
He's a great boxer. He made a statement. I believe he's done now, for now. and it's my time now. As he said, it's his time, it's my time. Then we will show on a Friday night who's the best.
Your time is done now, he says.
We'll see, won't we? And that's like music to my ears. You feel that I'm done?
Yeah, you've done a statement. I believe you've done whatever you did, it passed, but now it's my time now.
I don't believe so.
Okay, we'll see you on Friday.
I'm an experienced veteran to this game now.
No stress at all.
I've been there, I've done it, I've seen every sort of style.
Just you have
I've
to
seen
prove
yours
it
a lot.
on a Friday again.
I will prove it.
Yeah,
Actions.
you must do it. If you're not doing it, then you're in the wrong place.
Time will tell.
Okay.
God's plan, my friend.
No stress.
He just said he's been in the ring with everyone there. He's seen your style already.
I don't think he fought a guy who fight like me. I've seen his boxers. He fought. I don't think he fought the style like I fought. The style I have.
What style do you have?
I've got everything, man.
I've seen everything in the boxing ring.
It's okay. We'll see you
Friday night.
Yeah.
Charlie, being at another big fight week after everything you've had to come over the past couple of years, thinking that maybe you wouldn't ever get back in that boxing ring, to be sat here another step closer to world honours, just how excited are you? And obviously that will be more motivation than anything.
Yeah, listen, everything that I've been through, from being world champion at 25, a young years old, and coming through all the adversity, keep putting my 120% into this game. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going and all that shabazz. And I've answered tests. I've been there. I've done it. I felt heartache. I battled through. And like I said, Friday night, God's plan, it all comes into action, and I look forward to doing the business.
Where does this man rank in terms of opponents that you've faced in the past? Is this the hardest test of your career?
I can't say it's a hard test for my career. I can just say it's a big opportunity for myself.
What do you see when you look at Charlie in the eyes across the table?
There's nothing I can say to him. I'm waiting for Friday so that I can just face to face. That's all I want.
What would it mean to go back to South Africa, that step closer to the world title?
Sorry?
What would it mean to go back home, that one step closer to the world title?
Definitely I have to go back with the win so that I can make my country proud of me.
Charlie, how do you believe you do this? A masterclass on Friday night?
Yeah, stellar performance, punch perfect, a masterclass performance from Charlie Edwards. One step closer to a two-time world champion.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay. Let's see, Friday.
Time will tell, my friend.
Okay.
He's been accused of running from his opponents in the past. Are you worried that he's going to try and get away too much from you? You're going to have to close the gap to not allow it to be like that?
I need to prove himself to stand in front of me. Then we show the fans what they want.
Well, what a fight we've got at the iconic York Hall Bethnal Green IBF Super Flyweight final eliminator, as Charlie Edwards sits here in a suit wearing the colours already. They're both manifesting it, and what a card on DAZN on Friday night. Do not miss out. Let's get the guys faced off.
Well, guys, pretty much business between those two. Didn't really get heated. It was just as it was, wasn't it?
We've just got two confident guys there who believe in themselves, which they both should, because they both know they have their own strengths, but they're both good at what they do very, very well. So you can understand why. I think for Charlie, movement is going to be very, very important, but not the way he boxed against Andrew Kane, where he ran a little bit, but against what he did in his last contest against Suarez, where he was constantly a moving target, but holding his feet to throw his punches in combinations, and that's going to be the key for him if he wins the fight on Friday.
I just said it was business, but look at this face-off. That is intense, Darren.
I don't think they've even blinked.
No.
It's just such an important fight You know, the pot of gold here to go and challenge for a world title next is huge. It really is. I think styles will gel nicely. Throughout the card we've said that, but I really do think that is the case. Two proud men here, two men that are desperate for that opportunity.
And for someone like Charlie, who has had a taste of what it is like to be a world champion, does that make it, I don't know, even harder trying to do it all again, or knowing that you've achieved it, does that make it better?
I think no, those memories are fading, so he wants that feeling again. It's like boxing's a drug, we all say that, but being a world champion is a bigger drug. That euphoria of achieving your lifetime ambition, the opportunity to do that again. I mean, that's what keeps you in the sport for too long at times. And for him now, he feels if I don't get over the line this time, I might never get there again. So he's going to have the desire more than ever before.
Yeah, good to see the handshake there. Good sportsmanship from the two of them. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this one. What do you think it will come down to between the two? Charlie just has the more experience, maybe?
Not necessarily. Well, potentially, yes, you could say he's been a former world champion, but I think this is going to be high-level chess to start off with. I think, you know, there's not going to be a great deal between them. I think both have very, very good defensive skills. It's going to be who can find the target, and I think the lead hand's very, very important. Like I say, desire and that will to win. We talk about Charlie Edwards there. I think winning a title can make you one of two things: content or even more hungry. And even though his title win was a while back, he's still got that burning desire.
At 33.
That could be the difference.
For Nqothole, sorry, he needs to start fast. You got to put a panic on Edwards early, and the jab, as Darren said, is key for him because he stabs with that jab, which means he steps in with the left foot with the jab, or puts power in it. If he can back Charlie up, make him reset all the time, and just steal his space and keep him on the end of those long levers where all the power is for Nqothole, I think that's where Charlie's in trouble. Then he has to fight back off instinct, and he might make mistakes.
At 33, Charlie coming back down to Superfly from bantamweight. That face, well, is it questionable?
Well, history would tell you it's not usually a successful move. But you know, I mean, nowadays with the way people make weight, with the way people eat, the understanding of how the body works, it might just be that actually he was always boxing. Going at the bantamweight was too much, and flyweight, which was his natural weight when he won a world title, he belongs closer to that weight. I mean, weight's a funny thing. So you drain yourself too much and you're weak. But if you've got too much of a comfort in the weight, then you're not sharp and angry and all the things you need to be, at your best when you are fighting.
Where do you sit on that, Darren?
Yeah, do you know what? I think there's less chance these days to make mistakes. You know, the sports science is ridiculous.
Nutrition's much better, yeah.
Everything's on point, everything's monitored and registered, so there's less chance to make mistakes. So he's obviously feeling strong and confident, and look where he is now.
Okay, well, before Calla comes and joins us, let's just tell you about what is coming your way on DAZN over the coming weeks, shall we?
On DAZN, the fights never stop, with the biggest nights in boxing all year long.
It has never been bigger for any fighter in the history of this country. Let's get ready to rumble!
Every week, it's on. So take your seat and join us ringside. Incredible! The undisputed global home of boxing. Watch only on DAZN.
Yeah, there are some huge fights coming your way that are all part of your DAZN subscriptions. The mighty Dimitri Bivol makes his comeback on May the 30th. Not long to wait for that at all, is there? On June the 6th, Josh Padley defends his European Super Featherweight Championship against Akin Fiaz. And WBC and WBO Super Flyweight champ Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez returns to the ring on June the 13th against Antonio Vargas. And followed by a trip to St Mary's as Ryan Garder takes on Michael Magnisi for the WBC Interim World Super Featherweight Championship. Lots to look forward to. Calla's come to join us at the end here. I enjoyed that format. It worked.
I think the format worked amazing because I thought all three fights that we previewed here, I can't wait to see them Friday night. It's like when it sort of comes to life what you'd be making. So very excited about that. The face-off, I've got to mention that face-off. That went
intense.
on for about 2.5 minutes. So the weigh-in tomorrow is going to be hot. But I love the fact they've got this intense face-off, walked off, and then had a shake of the hands. I think that's boxing summed up.
Did we see you flinched first? Who blinked first?
I think it was the security did a good job just to sort of calmly separate them. But it wasn't. It was a face-off that obviously they didn't push each other or anything like that. It was very respectful, but still you saw the intent and what it meant.
What do you learn from that?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, really, It can be nothing quite often because you're focused on your fight. But you can sometimes, if someone's a bit nervous, if someone's struggling for the weight, if someone's not confident about things, then you can see it in their eyes, you can feel it in their presence sometimes. But if they are confident and you're confident, then you'll gain nothing from it. But if there is a weakness, it can show itself, of course, at those press conferences, at the weigh-ins, when people are eye to eye, because it's intimidating. Because you know, whether you like it or not, it might be boxing and sport, but you're still having a fight.
Yeah.
And we forget that sometimes. It's still a fight. Well, I think, and that's horrible. Even the thought of it makes me think, why did I ever do it?
I used to always give him a
what?
Full sense of security. I used to sort of look down, not look very confident, and then get in there and say, I'll show you. Do you know what I mean? And then let them sleep on me a little bit. So I don't really look into that too much.
But I think what's interesting, normally at the press conference, you're sort of sat in a lengthways, aren't you? Whereas you're opposite each other, so there's no real escape there. So you feel like there's a little bit more kind of in your grill, a little bit more intensity to it.
Let's not forget, you know, we've obviously got the main event, but the other fights, you can't feature all those on a press conference. They all have their moment here. And the card on Friday night, yes, it's of course it's IBF final eliminator for a world title, but the other fights on the card, they deserve that as well.
Which other fight on the undercard is going to grab the limelight?
I think for me, and I think for me the Toward one, I don't get past that Toward one, and it is the story of this golden boy who signed for the pros, 10-time national champion, had a sort of a flash loss, came back, but he's still a very touted talent, and he's done it. I'm not saying the easy way. He signed with a promotional company, etc. And Jack Corrie's sort of done it the other way. He's fought over in Dubai a bit. He fought on our show in Belfast recently. He looked very good, impressed. And as I stepped up, and it's sort of one will take the mantle forwards. That's just the business of it. And,
it's massive.
And that's really the. That there's so much.
When Toward turned pro, he looked phenomenal. He really did. And Kakande was a fight which, on paper, was dangerous, but we thought he was going to get through it with flying colours, and he never. And he's come back, and I think he's still got something to prove. I think even though he's come back, he's had a good test. He's lacked that confidence that he had before that. I feel. Yeah. And this is the fight where he's going to need to find it.
I said he needs this fight to know where he is.
Yeah. Push him to know where he is.
Boxing is not a sport to be messed with. You're either going to go one way or the other, and it's not very good if you're sinking, you're swimming in no man's land. Yeah, this will give a purpose to either's career.
Do you see this as winner stays on, as far as the big stage is concerned?
Say again?
Do you think this is winner stays on, as far as the big stage is concerned?
Look, I mean, I see it as a fight that defines certainly the next 2 years of their career. Yeah. Of course you can come back to that.
A lot riding on it.
Young guys, but it's a massive thing. So this format, we got a bit of needle out of it as well. We're all sitting there now looking for this, but there's a story told to the people of what's going on apart from the main event. So I love the format. Let's do it again.
Love the format. We're whacking up the temperature in York Hall. What's not to like really on a Friday night?
That's the easy part this week. But yeah, no, I think we're going to get. As I said, we're going to get a couple of surprises for people. Although they are 50-50 fights, I think we're in for some real action on Friday night.
Which fight is most catching your eye, Barry?
It's Osborne-Cooper for me. It really is, because Osborne only knows that the fight one way. He's so committed. Once he throws one punch, 5-6 more are coming. And Cooper's got that patience, but also can fight up close quite effectively, and hasn't been given the opportunity to get the limelight. He's got his chance now. So I think that fight for me will ignite very, very quickly.
Darren?
Who's your pick on that one, though? Sorry, I've got to stop you on that. Because I looked at this, and you've got the one guys, they've come from totally different angles. Yeah? Like Osborne has come let's call it the white collar, more structured route, not traditional route. And he's had this huge moment. But who's your pick? Cooper.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Most people are saying Osborne.
Yeah, but I just think because a guy who keeps his shape and can punch long and effective, even though Osborne is short and comes in nice and fast, I think he can walk him onto a shot. If he can do that, but if Osborne can get close without any worry, then Cooper's in trouble.
And both coming off their best wins as well, I would say. I like them. Look, that's the undercard main event.
Yeah.
Because of what is on the line. It's so important. Seeing that face-off as well was brilliant. Two confident men that understand what's in front of them. So, yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant show. It really is. At York Hall, my favourite venue in the whole world.
It's going to be so good. That is it from us. Make sure you join us, though, tomorrow for the weigh-in. Thank you, chaps. Same time. No, not same time. Different time. Same place tomorrow at York Hall. We'll see you tomorrow. And, of course, Fight Night is coming away from York Hall. A toast to York Hall. We'll see you there.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now!
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. The corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference live on DAZN.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.